It's Monday! Oh no, it's Monday! That means that I only have today to finish the video. So, I'm going to tell you all about 9, and I'm going to tell you all about the rules. So basically, the beginning of 9 is very, very similar to the beginning of Coraline, in that it starts as a mysterious figure making a doll that's very significant to the rest of the movie. The movie 9 is the Burtonized version of the short 9. Burton does an excellent job of making things popular and making things look really pretty. He doesn't always do the greatest job of writing. It's like George Lucas. The more creative control he has, the less epic the movie. The rendering was a little harsh, and it didn't look very pretty, but then the movie's not about pretty things, so I guess it all works out okay. Being Burton and being Hollywood, it's very predictable. The sound effects were awesome. The sound effects were so cool. The music, I mean, you know, it's Burton, so Danny Elfman. And the sound effects were so glorious. 9 is about what happens after robots take over the world, where everyone is dead. Stress. Stress. That is stress right there. 9 is the name of the main character. His name is 9. There are other characters named after numbers as well. They are Horcruxes of a mad scientist. Number 1 is an ornery old guy. He's supposed to be a redeemable, likable character by the end, but he's kind of not. I don't think they did a good enough job of making him likable again. They just kind of made him ornery. So 1 is a character guided by fear, according to 9, but then 9 is a character guided by not much more than his gut reactions, and most of the time those are pretty bad. Usually characters who go by their gut end up having everything work out okay. They were made sequentially. 1's kind of the ringleader, he's very egocentric, but then again, being the first creation, he knew a time when there were no other numbers. So all he had to count to was 1. He can afford to be closed-minded. 2 is the second oldest. 2 is kind of awesome. 2 is very interested in all of the inventions that he finds. He likes learning new things about the technologies that surround him. He's very adaptable. The only flaw is that he's old. 3 and 4 are apparently twins. 3 and 4 are adorable. Please bear in mind that 3 and 4 are both older than 9 and 7 at the end of the movie. But no spoilers. 5 is the second character you meet. He's a little bit of a coward, but then again, he's the only character who's actually experienced the war to its fullest. Add him to the list of missing-eyed characters. For the amount of hardship that 5 has gone through, he's pretty with it and together. He lost an eye, he lost his best friend, he, spoiler, lost his life. On the whole, 5's a pretty cool character. I don't think they did enough with him. I hate to scar the movie for you. I mean, look at these guys and how they complete each other. It's like they're opposites, and they attract. I'm sorry, I don't even know what's wrong with me. 6 is kind of the insane character. That's why I like him. 6 is the blind prophet kind of character, in that he always knows what's going on, but no one ever believes him because it's not in a format they want to listen to. 7 I like to think of as the anti-Minotaur from Cocoon Concrete. She even has the mask. She comes out of nowhere, she swoops down and saves everybody, and then casually walks away. Even though 8 is the most physically huge and aggressive, 7 is the one who fights everyone. 8 doesn't have skill. 7 has skills. What happened to 8? Where did 8 go? I mean, I feel bad that I lost 8. Basically what there is to say about 8 is he's all physical strength and kind of dim. 8 is a character who is both dictated to by 1 and addicted to magnets. I mean, guys, why are my favorite characters the ones who hide behind people and don't have a lot to say for themselves? These are the characters who rely on intellect, or at least the intellect that they possess. They aren't particularly popular with the other characters, and sit in libraries all day. So these are the nerd fighters. Just to recap, 1 is the patriarch, 2 is the engineer, 3 is twin 1, 4 is twin 2. 4 always hides behind 3. If these twins had to be related to the Orion twins, that one is Kaoru and that one is Hikaru. 4 also was the one who did the projector thing when we're first introduced to them. 5 is the one-eyed, least gutsy, most scarred character. 6 is the one that nobody listens to, but he's always right. 7 is a tightly woven warrior woman. 8 is physically strong, but mentally weak. And 9 is your stereotypical hero. 9 is not dissimilar from the character Frodo that Elijah Wood also plays, only Frodo makes better choices. His gut is much better than 9's. And Frodo has friends. The character design is what you go and see this movie for. The short 9 was better. I say that because the things that the movie took from the short did better. Example, in the movie, when 9 and 5 realize they need a light bulb, they just go get it. In the short, it's much more meaningful. 2's weapon of choice in the short is so much cooler than the movie. You'd think it'd be the other way around. The short, the weapon was much more advanced. Unfortunately, 2 got gypped. 2 got gypped a lot by Burton. Burton doesn't like 2, I don't think. In the movie's defense, the short didn't really have that much as far as character development goes, because the short was primarily about the situation that the characters were in and the characters themselves, mainly in their design. Speaking of character design, there's a lot of character design thought that went into this. You can primarily see it in their eyes and in their clothes/skin. A great example as far as the skin-clothes thing goes is 7. 7 is a very tightly woven killing machine. Therefore, the material that 7 is made out of is much more tightly woven and mainly without imperfections. As the numbers progress, the eyes get more and more advanced. 1 has only a couple of... When 2 meets 9, he points out that the scientist who made them did in fact improve upon the design with every model that he made. So 1, being the first model, doesn't have that advanced of technology. That's why his eyes are so simplistic. 1's eyes are very slitty and focused, mainly because he's focused on his singular goals. Other characters include the Beast and the Machine, and the Scientist, and the people of the world that died. Rule time! Unfortunately, I don't have time to cover rules in this video after all, but I will post them in the next video and explain later. Bye! Broccoli, consider yourself tagged.